All right, good morning, fifth graders. This is Miss Domek. I hope you're all doing well and you're doing okay on your packets. Be sure to know that if you're having trouble on any part of it, if you email me or dojo me or have your parents do that, I'll be happy to go back over the assignment or make a new video just for you or call you, whatever we need to do. All right, so today we're on Thursday, day 3, Thursday. It'll be April 23rd. Okay, so today we're going to learn about anatomy of a screenplay. Anatomy just means all the parts of a screenplay. Remember, yesterday we were talking about drama. Okay, so a screenplay is a script where how a movie is created. Okay, it contains almost everything the actors and film crew need to bring the movie to life. What the actors say, what they do, how the camera moves, what the setting looks like, all of this is in the screenplay. If you've ever read a play, a screenplay will look familiar. Take a peek at an excerpt from the screenplay of His Girl Friday, written by Charles Lederer. Okay, so at the bottom of this, after we're finished with this part that says anatomy of the screenplay, there is a link to the movie that was created from this screenplay. Now, it's an old movie. It's an old movie even for me. So it's black and white. It was made in 1940. But this section that we're going to read right now, guys, is in the first 2 minutes. So if you were to put it on, you can see how this screenplay that we're going to read is right in that movie, and everything that it says here is in the movie. So if you would like to do that, it was kind of fun to do. I've got a second computer here, so I can watch the movie and go along with the screenplay here in your packet. It was very interesting, so you might want to try and do that. All right, so all the directions are there for the camera. It says fade in and enter room close shot switchboard. Okay, so you'll see in the movie that they show a switchboard, which is how they used to answer calls, and you can see how that works in the movie. It's interesting. It's very different than the way we answer calls today. All right, so the telephone operators sit at a switchboard busy plugging in and out answering calls. So the first operator says, "This is the Morning Post, the city room. Just a moment, let me reread that the way it's supposed to be written." She says, "This is the Morning Post." And now she's waiting and listening to what the person is telling her. And she goes, "Oh, the city room? Just a moment, I'll connect you." And then she plugs in the call. And you can see this in the movie. Okay? And then the second operator says, "Morning Post, sports department, just a moment." And she plugs in that call. So you can see that is dialogue. Those people, the characters are saying those words. Okay, now this is the instructions for the camera. Camera pulls back to disclose the rest of the anteroom. An anteroom is just a small room. To camera left are the elevators. So there's different cameras that are used when they make a movie. And you'll see the elevators. At the back wall, directly behind the switchboard, are chairs and a table for visitors. So this is describing the setting. At a table sits an office boy, about 15, doing a crossword puzzle. The big clock on the back wall shows that it is nearly 1 o'clock. Now, what's interesting here, okay, I always like to watch or look at the details here. This office boy, actually in the movie it looks like he's sorting something. He's standing, he's not sitting, and the clock actually says about 12:35, 12:40. So that's a little different, but it's still part of they sometimes take a little bit of liberty or change things just a little bit in the movie. All right, so now we move on. Now the camera is told to do a close shot of the office boy, and and he says good morning to this lady that's just walked in, Hildy. All right, then a medium shot. As a reporter comes out of the city room, clanging the gate behind him, the office boy looks up. So that's when this boy would have looked up in the movie. And he said, well, in this story, he says, what's a 7-letter word for? Because he's doing a crossword puzzle. But in the movie, he's just standing there sorting something. And I didn't hear this part. Don't ask me. If I knew any 7-letter words, I'd be something better than a reporter. All right, so he catches a glimpse of the elevator going down, and he yells, hey, down, down, meaning he wants to go down, hold the elevator. All right, now they take a shot of the elevators as the reporter runs into the closed elevator door and pounds on it. It comes back, the door opens, and he gets in. The door closes. The near elevator comes up and discharges Hildy Johnson and Bruce Baldwin. Bruce carries an umbrella and wears a raincoat. And you will see that Bruce, as he comes off the elevator, is carrying an umbrella and he has a raincoat on. All right, the next shot shows a table. The office boy is looking over his puzzle as Hildy and Bruce come into the scene. Actually, again, he's standing, not doing a puzzle. But it says Hildy, and this is what they're told to do. She's to smile and say, hello, Skinny, remember me. And she does say, hello, Skinny. And he looks up, smiles, and says her name. Now you'll see this Hildy goes over to that switchboard, and they have a little conversation. She says, hello, Maisie, and the operator looks up. She says, hello, Hildy, you coming back? Hildy says, no, just visiting. Tell me, is the Lord of the universe in today? So she's obviously probably talking about her boss or the head of something. And then Maisie says he is and in a very bad humor, which means he's in a bad mood. I think somebody stole one of his crown jewels. Shall I announce you? Hildy, no, never mind, I'll blow my own trumpet. And then you see Bruce and Hildy. Hildy turns to Bruce, I won't be more than 10 minutes, I promise you. And Bruce says, even 10 minutes is a long time to be away from you. So you can see that there's this link here that you can actually go to the movie and watch it. And it's only, the movie's over an hour long, but this scene that's in the screenplay in your packet is less than 2 minutes. So it might be fun for you to see how this script is connected to the movie. Okay? All right. Moving on from that, it says, think you've got a screenplay in you? Conjure up your own tale. Use an event from your life or the life of someone you know, or even borrow a section from your favorite book. Once you have an idea for a story, you can write your very own screenplay. Make sure to include these elements: character names, dialogue, setting description, actor instructions, and camera operating instructions. All right, so you've got an example up here, and you could just take a, little episode in your life and just maybe you and your brother are playing a video game or something like that. But you could set it up, put the setting in there and the characters and the dialogue. That would be fun to do. And why don't you give that a try? All right, it now says here, well, this is for extra credit, which I don't know if Mr. Miller and Miss Nash gave you to do. It says you now have a screenplay on your hands that you want to turn into a movie, but where to start? Run a search online or at a library to see how screenwriters go about getting their words made into a movie. Write about the next steps you'd need to take on the back of the sheet. I don't know if Mr. Miller and Miss Nash assigned that or not. All right, so let's move on to the next page, which, oh, they're not numbered, but it says writing dialogue in the secret garden. Okay, so dialogue is what the people are saying, and the way that we know it's dialogue is we see quotation marks around it. Sorry. All right, so excuse me a minute. All right, we're going to look at these two passages from the secret garden, and we're going to decide where punctuation goes to show the dialogue. All right, this first sentence says, "I don't want it," she said. Hold on, I can't find my marker. Hold on.